Classic Austin game, discriminating against Welsh people. Obviously, I think whenever you run a game, Austin, it's great, and I really, really enjoy it.
Today, This American Dice presents the...
Listen up. It's me, Cannon Cop. This American Dice presents to you the finale of Masks. These action cubs, these action punks, are here for justice. And you better tune in, or else. We know that Dr. Snake's in his holes. Plans to steal the awful defender's eggshell and get her powers. Guess what? That guy's done for. All here today on This American Dice.
Gravitron just kind of stares off for a minute and just says, like, all right, well, maybe picking you up wasn't a bad idea. And, she'll, like, hit a button and the panels will close. And so the guns are away. Mm-hmm. Why not? Yeah. Because the other less visual would be her going, I guess I won't use these guns.
Yeah.
Just because there's a visual.
This active willpower, I will no longer look at them.
Yeah, exactly.
On screen.
Then I think we see a shot of from the rear view mirror of Cannon Cop, and we just hear him say,
"You're bringing a knife to a gunfight, kid."
So
I'm bringing a football to the gunfight.
I'm bringing a finger to a gunfight.
Oh, right. So I think he pulls into like this garage, and he's like,
"Everybody out."
He opens the door, and you guys are in like a cool like safe house kind of a thing.
Awesome. Let me ask you something. Earlier when I did the burn, I used 2 to make that construct.
Mm-hmm.
Do I technically still have 1 left since I got 3?
Absolutely.
All right, I just want to ask a question. One of my powers is elemental awareness. I'll make
Go for it.
Spend 1 burn, mark a condition, which I'll do.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open my mind to the world with my powers. I can ask any one question about the world around me, and you have to answer honestly.
Go for it.
So my question is this: what's her name?
Gravitron.
What's Gravitron's weakness?
What is Gravitron's weakness?
Somehow she's a big fan of football.
Yeah.
Her head is full of stats.
Yeah, exactly. She's so obsessed with. She was so obsessed with football that she missed all the important moments in life. No.
She's a huge Steelers fan.
Her weakness is and he Shadowboxer had kind of figured this out a little bit. I will tell you her drive. This is like the general motivation for the character. It's to prove that she is not weak.
Cool.
You have like maybe some like memories of hers like come back, and you could tell like this was a person who was like picked on and bullied and felt that they weren't. This is a person who feels almost perpetually like they're not enough, that they're weak, and they're striving to like change that.
So her weakness is psychological.
Yeah, her weakness is very much psychological.
Cool. Sounds good.
Classic Steelers fan.
There you go. Yeah, so that's her weakness. It's not like
and I'll mark
and she can't affect blah blah blah.
I'll mark guilty because of all this like anti-superhero stuff starting to get to me.
Okay. Cool. So we what do we see Helix do that makes us go, man, she feels bad.
I'll say that like going along like entertaining the idea that we should join Cannon Cop is because like she's been like keep getting this message over and over that like superheroes are bad, like they're bad news. The mayor thinks they're bad news. The other mayor the mayor doesn't like us. The candidate thinks we're bad news. We made a mess in the prison. Like maybe we are not so far from the villains. Like maybe like Cannon Cop's onto something.
Okay. So yeah, you guys pull into this kind of a safe house kind of a thing. It's in a nasty warehouse. As he's opening the door, there's like a garage door that's closing behind you guys. He gets out. There's not a lot in here. There's maybe like some like canned food. There's a computer or something like that to do research. There's a few like lockers that you see. He opens it up, and there's like, of course, it's more guns and that kind of stuff in there. And then he just says,
I was able to download some of the tapes from your school's security systems. Here, I got you these.
And he opens another locker, and inside are replicas of your superhero costumes.
Awesome.
And
Check that.
I think that they're, if any of yours were like very homemade and kind of like Spider-Man wrestles Macho Man Randy Savage in the first Tobey Maguire movie, like they're now like way better. And he throws them to you guys.
And he's like, you better get ready. You better suit up.
All right. Nice.
Hey, Nora,
Yeah, what's up?
I just wanted to say, before all this shit goes down, I really appreciate you having my back there when you punch that cop, and whatever happens, I got your back, coming up.
And she maybe we'll do the teen comic book thing. She like blushes and she's like, well, I mean, we're just because we're on a team. Look out for each other.
And
Helix will hear this and harumph off to the locker room.
through an open window up at the top or something, Squawky comes in and is like, Squawk! I finally found you guys! Ugh. Oi. And is just here.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
I made a tiny mask for you.
Yeah. Oh, well, my regular one's fine, but all right, sure. We join everybody as you're kind of like looking at this computer screen that Cannon Cop pulls up.
Here's what we gotta do.
And he says,
The awful defender. She's a space alien.
and everybody had already known that. Like, she's a green floating woman.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She's a space alien. She came to Earth.
I thought she was really sick.
No. She's not. She came to Earth in an egg. When she hatched out of that egg, the egg shell remained. It's made of some of the same material that she is. If someone was able to get their hands on that egg, a scientist as intelligent and as devious, Dr. Snakes in his holes, they might just be able to reverse engineer, or, I don't know, analyze the egg and recreate her abilities in themselves or in someone else who's evil. We've got to make sure to stop him. He's going after the egg today.
That does sound really important. Definitely.
Yeah, we got
superheroes.
We got to stop that guy.
Oh yeah. So, from my sources tell me that he believes the egg is being kept at the
What did we say that the Super Squad's like Hall of Justice is called?
I don't know, but it's probably being kept at Halcyon High. Everything's there. Everything happens there.
Right next door to
It's
each
like-
other.
It's a city
crazy.
school.
Yeah.
So he believes that the egg is at the Super Squad hall, the hall of the Super Squad. He's heading there, and he's got back.
Well, he sounds like he's going to the most super defended place in the whole city.
We could get in there, though. They train us there in a holodrome sometimes. And we really fucked up the last one. So, like, we're due for a new one. And, as long as we don't wear these brand new professional outfits that are way beyond our, like, price range, as long as we don't wear those there, they probably won't even know that we hung out with you.
Well, hold on. I feel like, these outfits, they really,
I like the outfit.
they speak to our personality.
To be fair, my outfit is just another professional football player's outfit. It looks exactly the same as the old one.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
now you look like you're in the NFL. You don't look like a varsity player anymore.
Yeah, or the CFL. Am I right? What a joke! What a joke! Canadian football. it's like they're paid for that. Come on.
The CFL. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Captain Football would have like a quip like
Major League, more like Bush League.
but
Yeah, it's true.
So he'll basically tell you that, oh no, this is when Gravitron chimes in and she says, listen, normally that'd be true. The Super Squad's busy doing something. They're off they're off planet dealing with some big galactic threat.
Oh.
This is just the time that somebody like snakes in his hole. I think she says snakes in his hole, and Cannon Cop is like holes. Snakes in his holes is going to go after it. Without them there, it's just the kind of defenses that they likely can punch through pretty easy. We go there, we stop them, and we stop them for good.
Oh yeah, we stop them for good.
Oh, I do want to stop them. That is kind of what we're supposed to do, right, guys?
I don't know. Last time we stopped someone for good, we were practically expelled. We had to start going to school with those other assholes.
Yeah, we got in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, what's next? We could go to school with, like, East River as well? Like 3 high schools in 1 high school?
It's like, you're pretty pissed about that. You're pretty pissed about that high school stuff.
Man.
Let me throw a little grease on that fire.
And he types in something real quick, and you see that
he's like, Dr. Snakes in his holes, through a series of shell corporations, owns Paradigm Industries. Paradigm Industries is the institution that worked to create not only the swim team, but you yourself, Captain.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's it. That previous thing I said about rules and not murdering people, that goes right out the door, you know? Because we should murder this guy.
Wait, hold up though. Aren't you happy you're Captain
He's
Football?
got a finger in every hole in us.
Yeah, but this guy destroyed our high school. You heard him. He said.
But he also made you.
He didn't make me. All right. I happened to discover, that Halcyon High was using this substance to cheat in football, and I just took all of it. Right? He didn't create me. I stole his shit.
I think you mean Bay Valley High. You went to Halcyon High, but yeah, I know what you mean, kid.
Look,
this guy's bad.
I've been playing taking a lot of hard knocks, if you know what I mean. And you're right. It is Bay Valley High.
He's like, looks like we're the last line of defense, keeping scum like him from getting their hands on becoming the most powerful person in the world.
Not on the watch of the old action punks over here.
That's
And
right.
I'll put my hand in the center like we're gonna do a big cheer.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, oh, let's go, team.
Here, Helix will put her hand in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll add my hands. Or, yeah, my clubbed hand.
Chadamacho put her hand on his flipper.
Mm-hmm.
And on 3, guys. 1, 2, 3. Action punks!
Action punks!
Action
yeah.
pod!
Punks.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll.
I think we're going to kind of like flip over to now we see the Super Squad, the Hall of the Super Squad. And it's that big kind of like absurd, it looks like a very new age church, kind of like that big weird architecture. And there's like a water feature outside of it. And the thing that we see is like a close up on the face of, it is a man, though it would be tough to tell this is a man because the person is wearing like small, reflective, like pince-nez glasses, like Morpheus style. So we can't see their eyes. They're also wearing like a surgical mask over their face, and they're wearing kind of a lab coat and gloves, and they're kind of like doing this number where they're tenting their fingers. And this person is voiced by Richard Kind, and so you just hear like, all right, we're about to arrive. I'm very excited. And they like we kind of zoom out a little bit, or we have a slightly wider shot, and kind of standing at like a ship's helm is this like real Blackbeard-esque looking pirate. And he says, like, you just hear like, tis'll be fine booty that we steal, and soon enough outfit our vessel with all that we need to rule not just the 7 seas, but each of the 7 continents. Ha 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 ha! and he's like, ready yourselves. And you see that this ship, which is like it's like a 1700s pirate ship, is not floating on water, but floating over the land, and is heading like down a city street. And people are like, "Oh my god!" Well, there's cops that kind of pull in front of it, and they're like, "Stop right where you." Whoa! Like, Sarge, you're never gonna believe this. Like that kind of thing happens, and he says, ready yourselves, for there she blows. And you hear like a teenage voice, "Yes, sir, Captain Jones." And then like go to you see a shark teen in a Speedo.
Oh god.
Like nudge another shark teen in like a one-piece swimsuit, and it's like, "Can't believe we're working for Davy Jones and Dr. Snakes in his holes. There's no stopping us now. Swim team!" And they high five. Yeah, so that's the scene that we see of like the impending assault. Where do we see you guys as this ship is like just heading straight for the hall of the super squad?
Maybe Cannon Cop knows the secret way in.
Yeah, maybe we can try and nab the thing first.
Yeah, like Cannon Cop's the Batman of this world, right? No, that's the Fist guy. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Oh, maybe Cannon Cop knows another way in.
Yeah, involving like driving through a giant cannon that shoots him into a different part of the base.
Yeah. Ooh. So I think I want you guys to be the stars of this like conflict. So if you want to say that he's off doing another thing, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, I was just gonna say like one of these baddies is bad enough where he and Gravitron have to fight that baddie the whole time, and you guys are dealing with other stuff.
Yeah, like maybe like we have a mission where it's like we're supposed to retrieve the egg, and he's kind of like run interference or something like that, or the other way. Well, the other way around would be very ballsy.
So I mean, well, he wants your help to stop these people, and you know, based on everything that he said, it's like, oh, these people aren't going to stop till they get this power that will make them like a nightmare to behold. So the really only way to solve this is to kill them.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he wants. So I don't think he'd push like,
yeah,
you guys do this other thing. But
we can stay together and see if we get separated at some point here.
Well,
but Cannon Cop, no, we should send them apart because otherwise we're just gonna have to kill these people. Maybe there's like a big monster with them and he has to fight them.
Maybe. All right. Well, here's my question for you guys. When you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, add 2 to the team pool. So could somebody keep track of this for me on that Google sheet? All right. So I think we're up to 3 now, right?
Yeah.
So if the leader has been
4.
Okay. So 4.
Yeah, I've been keeping track.
Okay. If the leader has influence over every teammate, add another team. Here's my question: who's the leader?
I would guess Captain Football. And he doesn't. He doesn't. I think I have
the guy who has Captain in his name.
Hold on. Just checking here. I have influence on Shadowboxer and Helix. I don't know about Manateen.
I thought you did.
Okay, I may not have marked it down. That makes sense. Been having a lot of interactions,
Mm-hmm.
But does everybody does everyone agree that he's the leader?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get another one. And then if everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team. So what's everyone's purpose?
What's the fight?
This fight against Captain Snakes in his holes, the swim team, and Davy Jones.
Well, if we get like a minute to ourselves, it'll be like, all right, our purpose here is like to keep this bad guy from getting powers. But beyond that, we're not killing anyone.
And then Helix will say, but after everything that's happened, what if Cannon Cop is right? What if we're not 2 different sides of the same coin? What if we are the same side of the coin? What if we're no different from these criminals? Like, they're just going to keep coming back. And both mayor candidates said that we're no better than them. Like,
yeah,
what if Cannon Cop has it right?
That's why I don't love you anymore, Helix.
Yeah.
You're just a bit of a bitch.
All right.
Yeah, I get that a lot in the orphanage. But
This one's just not lovable enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I did ruin my family's life, kill the family dog, and send my parents off to a government research center. So.
Oh man, you love killing dogs. I don't get it.
All right, so it sounds like Anya's maybe not on board with that goal.
Yeah, she's having a crisis of faith.
She
Okay.
needs someone to talk her into it who's not Captain Football.
Okay, well, we'll have to deal with that in a minute. All right, are there any team members who distrust Captain Football?
Not I.
I don't think Captain Football is guileful. He wouldn't, yeah, like if he says he wants to do this thing, that's exactly what he wants. So yeah, I'd say I trust what he wants to do what he says he wants to do.
Okay.
You might not trust it yourself when you're around him.
Yeah, because the animal magnetism, obviously. You hit me now, but I'm just a slave to your pheromones. Your leather-scented pheromones.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. And I'll say you guys actually are pretty prepared for this based on the stuff that Cannon Cop kind of gave you the heads up on.
Yeah, like Captain Football, his outfit's got like a yellow stripe down it now. It didn't used to have that.
Does that make you faster? Is it a racing
Yeah,
stripe?
he's prepared for that. No.
You're like, yeah, titanium cleats or something. Okay.
So is that 5 then, right?
Yeah,
By
that's
your
fine.
count?
Yeah, because you guys had 4, plus the leader had influence over everybody, and yeah, that's all. Yeah, so 5. Cool. All right, so this ship, like I said, just comes like it's heading straight towards the Hall of Justice. I do think it would be most interesting if, since it's a flying ship, if the thing that would kind of make a lot of sense here is if Gravitron worked on like grounding the ship, and Captain Football would maybe have to fight Davy Jones, and then you guys could maybe deal with the rest of everybody.
Cool.
Does that kind of make sense?
I'm down.
I'm down.
Okay. So we see this thing kind of approach the hall of the super squad, and Davy Jones says, "Clear sailing without those super barnacles." I don't know. I'm an old sailor. Yar, always sticking to your hull. Ha ha. A fine thing that they're off chasing. And I came up with this name, and I'm so proud of it. I have to use it, though. It's insane.
I'm so excited for this.
Like, yeah, it's fine that they're chasing that galactic menace. And Dr. Snakes in his holes turns and says, like, yes, it's a little suspicious that they're off trying to stop the galactic gaper from sucking in a ton of the galaxy. And yet, it has certainly opened up an opportunity for us. Suspicious though nonetheless. And just at that moment, like the ship kind of like lurches and starts to teeter, and then seemingly kind of like goes down. And Davy Jones is like, "Yar, what be this trouble? Are we taking on water?" And these the swim team who are acting as the crew of this ship are like, "Wait a minute, what's going on?" And you hear you just hear from behind Davy Jones, looks like I'm the captain now. And Davy Jones and Cannon Cop start fighting with each other. Meanwhile, the swim team sees you guys, or what do you guys do as you spring into action? Actually, who do we see first? Because I think you guys have actually taken these guys to a certain degree by surprise.
I'll walk in there.
Okay,
sort of
you guys,
slowly.
well, it can be like, it can be
what?
think about it as a comic book. Like you guys could, we could see Batman swing in and like that kind of stuff. Like you're welcome to do that. You could deal with these folks on the ground as well, or on the ship. Either one.
I was thinking that like the plan is maybe I walk in and get their attention while you guys get the drop on them.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll walk in like slow clapping. I'd be like,
You like totally inappropriately.
Captain Football
yeah, like-
is on the deck of the ship, slow clapping.
Yeah, nobody can hear it because there's just all this chaos going on.
no, they can hear it. They can hear it, all right? Because it's It's really slow. All right.
Hold on. Did you hear a clap? I didn't hear nothing. Oh wait, there it was again. Hold on. It was ever so slightly faster than the last time.
And I'll be like, you goddamn sea people. You half sea people, half humans. I used to think you fucking mutants were the scum of the earth. And you know what? You are. But now I know. Now I know. Not all sea people are bad. Okay? Some of them are pretty good. But, we kicked your ass a time or two before, and we'll do it again.
And then clearly the next, and they're like, oh no, he didn't. And they kind of like get ready to fight and put up their dukes. And then Manateen, obviously you have to be the next person we see.
I was there at the charred remains of my colony as my pod dispersed, and I followed the currents for ages, trying to find my path. I found these boys, and they have turned me into more than just a sea creature. Now, I am a sea teen.
Love it. All right, and you're like, what? And as they turn,
I punched one of them in the face.
All right, well, I guess
and knocked some teeth out.
I guess we got to go with directly engage a threat with that. Go with it. I was gonna hop to the other folks and see what they want to do.
Oh,
So
yeah.
actually, let's say Manateen swings at one of these folks, and then what do we see? Either Anya or Nora doing?
Nora, feel free if you've got something.
Yeah, I think so. Shadow Boxer. I have this other move. Do you think I maybe with her shadow specs or something?
Mhm.
She's like looking as it goes on to try and get some intel. So you think I would have time to closely observe this opposition?
Sure. Yeah. Maybe you were watching these folks as they came up. Maybe you're on like a you're kind of like hanging from like an awning, watching these folks with your shadow specs.
Yeah, I'm in the super quad watching this go toward the hall, right?
What is that?
Yeah, so I think so. I've got some. I can just hold. Oh wait, I actually have to roll first, and then theoretically I'll hold some to spend later in this fight, depending on
Go for it.
This goes. Go for it. Oh, don't think it went well though. Yeah, only a 5.
Only a 5. Okay. Well, yeah. So you're watching this. You hear some like static on your maybe you guys have radios or something like that. You hear some like a noise on the radio, and you're like, that doesn't make sense. Why would that be there? And you're trying to figure it out, and you're like, uh-oh, wait a minute. They said Dr. Snakes in His Holes was a super scientist. Something must be going wrong. Wait a second, and you realize that there's already something going on at the hall of the super squad.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's already
so
someone in there. So I think that's we
So
just
on-
have to like kind of a face, and then we'll hop to Anya and see what's going on there. Or
Oh yeah, we're quick, super quick. Also on a miss, in addition to that, I mark a condition, and I still hold one
okay.
for the future.
Cool. That's awesome. What condition are you marking? Do you know?
I feel after realizing that she's feeling pretty insecure.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Meanwhile, Helix. How do we see Helix enter into the fray?
All right. So as this ship like pulls up and is being dragged to the ground, Helix will have taken like a vantage point on a nearby building, like a 1 or 2 story building on the roof. And like as the ship comes into view and everyone else makes their appearance, she's like, "Hey, swim team, you as my friend the Manateen would say, you don't want to be caught toothless." And she's gonna use her power to transform her mouth into like this like multi-barreled Gatling gun that shoots teeth, and lay down an artillery barrage of suppressing tooth fire.
Okay. So you're. Do you have to roll your burn again to get ready to do that?
It depends on whether using my power is a burn or a move.
Or are you trying to do the same thing you did before with the meat bullet birds?
Yes, that.
I think that is a burn thing, isn't it?
Last time you didn't use it as a burn, but I'm happy to do a burn.
I think we did it incorrectly last time around. So let's go ahead and
Fair
have you roll your burn first, and you'll probably want to be ready to do this have that stuff anyway.
All right, here we go. I rolled a total of 7.
7. Okay, so that means you get like a certain number of burn.
I get on a hit, hold 3. On a 7 to 9, mark a condition. So I hold 3, and I will mark angry.
Angry, you're pissed, and you say that, and we just see Anya's mouth open up into like, she's gonna be like all these like pods, like proboscises, that are gonna just fire out all these things.
Yeah, just
right.
a suppressing fire of tooth bits, just like drilling into the ship all around them.
Cool. Well, before we even see that, we got to see Manateen deck this shark person.
Yes, and I rolled a 7.
Roll a 7. All right. So on a 7 to 9, you pick one of the directly engage a threat things.
Create an opportunity for my allies.
Create an opportunity for your allies. Okay. Well, you know that Captain Football is trying to fight these guys too. You want to create an opportunity? Excuse me, an opportunity for him.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go pull my fist back and then swing, but it's gonna be a feint. But then I'm gonna stomp on his shoe.
Okay. He's like, "Ow, my foot!" And then,
which
like
set him up for the tackle.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're doing that. I think Captain Football. Oh, this guy stumbles backwards and he knocks like a bunch of the other guys, and so they're kind of like off balance as Captain Football goes to try to kick a lot of their asses.
Yeah, I'll just like get a good run up so I can knock a bunch of them down, and I'll yell as I'm doing it, "Go back to Finland!"
Nice. Are you trying to knock a bunch of them like off of the ship?
Yeah,
cool.
For sure.
All right, go ahead and directly do that as well.
Can I? Hold on a second. So okay.
Oh. Yeah.
I gotta. When you directly engage a threat, you can cause significant collateral damage. You cause significant collateral damage. The China shop thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Okay. Well, first I realized whenever they take a condition, and they did because Alex hurt the one of them. I think a bunch of these guys start. And this might change up your game plan, Leigh, so I apologize. I think after Manateen faints, I'm echoing on somebody's thing. After Manateen faints and then stomps on one's foot, he kind of like hops around and knocks into a few of these guys. And they have like a big cannon on this ship, and it starts to spin kind of wildly. But it fires. It's about to like go off and fire into one of these buildings nearby. So I don't know if that changes up anybody's stuff. Sorry, whenever a bad guy takes a condition, they have to they make a move like immediately.
So is it that if I don't act to save this building, there'll be some bad thing, or
I can amend my move to do it, right?
There's a chance that you don't have to, but there's if you were to.
Austin, I said feign, like feigned the punch or pulled the punch, not feint.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I think.
Or okay, maybe I'm. Gotcha.
You're good. Yeah, you feign, you juke one way, and then instead you go for the thing. I gotcha.
Yeah.
So Captain Football's move in a China shop causes a massive amount of collateral damage, regardless. So that's like his whole MO.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine he's indifferent to the collateral damage he's about to cause, and if there's additional collateral damage, then that's kind of his jam anyway.
Okay, I'm down for it. Yeah, so there is going to be a cannon that goes off into this thing unless somebody wants to do something to try to stop that.
Oh yeah, I can amend my move if I have that option.
Sure, go for it. Yeah, or maybe you could destroy the cannon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna direct my toothed Gatling gun to just cut a hole around on the ship deck where the cannon is, so that falls below deck, and when it goes off, it'll go off in the ship.
Awesome. So go ahead and roll defend. So that's plus savior. So when you defend someone or something, the surrounding buildings full of people in the city.
I got a total of 9.
9. So on a 7 to 9, it costs you. You expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. So I think you're able to do that. You shoot all these teeth. You shoot all these teeth out of your various proboscises, and it does underworld shoot a hole into the thing, and it falls in, and it does blow up part of this ship. But
Now the ship's on fire.
Oh, I think it knocks Gravitron back, and so Gravitron like loses hold of the ship, and the ship starts moving forward again. And yeah, now it's like partially on fire, and like a big flaming battering ram heading right towards the hull of the Super Squad.
It's hardcore.
So, meanwhile, Captain Football's about to kick some ass.
All right. I want to bowl these guys over like bowling pins, and I'm a bowling ball.
Nice.
Yes.
I got a 7. I'm rolling plus danger, which is plus 3, so that's a 10.
10. So pick
says,
2 of those options.
When you directly engage a threat, you can cause significant collateral damage to your environment to choose an additional option, even on a miss. So I'll do that. So I'll take 3 of them. So I will take something from them, create an opportunity for my allies, and the last one, impress, surprise, or frighten the opposition.
Okay. So take something from them. What is the thing you're taking from them?
Well, they're the swim team, so ideally their dignity.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you knock a bunch of them over.
Yeah, while telling them to go back to Finland and saying other things like, because they look like nurse sharks, and be like, "Oh, what's the matter? Couldn't make it as a doctor shark."
Okay, but so you're not. You're not choosing to resist or avoid their blows.
No, I'm choosing all the other options.
Okay. The other thing with
protecting your dignity.
Alex, you also didn't resist or avoid their blows, right?
No.
Okay.
I have nothing left to lose.
I think, and I have to kind of retroact the other thing for Alex a little bit, as Captain Football is like grabbing a bunch of them and trying to and shoving them off of the thing and being like, "Swim in that," and making his nurse shark comment. They're like, they're biting at him and wailing on him with their beefy shark muscle arms, and I think that Manateen gets caught in the fray as well. So for each of you, could you take a powerful blow?
Mm-hmm.
So that you roll plus the conditions you've already have marked. With this one, you want to roll low.
So 2d6?
Yes. 2d6 plus whatever conditions you already have marked.
I rolled an 8.
Oh, I got a 13.
13 is bad. All right. So you get to choose, Alex, one of these 3 options. Well, I would just pull up the list because there's actually a lot of options. I was like, one of these 3, but one of the 3 is choose 2 from another list of 3. Wait.
Okay, choose one. All right, I'm going to lose control of my powers in a terrible way.
All right. So, cool. So we'll get to that in a second. Captain Football, you only have to choose one from the 7 to 9 list.
Oh man. I'm going to lash out verbally and provoke a teammate to foolhardy action.
Okay. How do you lash out?
I'm going to lash out at Helix, and I'm going to say, "Can't you see we're dying down here, you stupid fuck?" It's like we're getting all bitten by these goddamn sharks, and the manatee over there, he's like practically getting his mouth tore off while you're busy like shooting teeth at nothing, you moron. And
There's a lot of mouth-related injuries down here.
Specifically, I will be trying to provoke Helix to a rash action.
Okay.
Hold on, I have a roll for that actually.
He's being provoked, right?
So when I provoke my enabler, it says different roll though. Well, sorry, when I provoke my rival, it's a different roll.
Oh, really?
So I'll do that now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah. Okay.
So it's a 10 altogether.
So a 10. So on a PC, if you do the thing, and I'm thinking he's suggesting like to really attack these people, and maybe some of Cannon Cop's like words are in your head of like you can put him in jail all you want, but till you put him in the ground, they're just gonna keep coming back. And yeah, on a 10, you have this. If you do what he said, you get an experience, or you can add a team to the pool. And if you don't, you have to mark a condition.
I will absolutely do what he said.
All right, cool. So we see Helix spit more of these teeth out at the swim team that are on the ground now. Like Captain Football is kind of like wrestled off of there, and so like they're being like just shot with all of these teeth bullets, and maybe like some of them are almost severely, like you could see like they're really like getting hurt. Like we've seen people get pretty like beaten up before, but this is like, oh no, some of these folks, we see some of them fall down, they might be dead.
Love it.
All right, meanwhile, how does Manateen allow their powers to, what's the term? How does Manateen lose control of their powers in a terrible way?
He has density control, and he just starts growing, like ripping like through. No, he likes his. Yeah, I don't want to rip through the costume. He must have thought about that when he made the costume, but he's like just starts swelling, and like just, you know, his hands start swelling more and more, and then his face, and he has these like huge ass lips, and and he and then he gets like super big, and he's just like roaring, you can't chew what you can't fit your mouth on, and like the floor begins to buckle, and the sharks like start like going into a frenzy, you know, like they all want to taste.
Oh, so okay, so Manateen grows a giant mouth and is
yeah, his lips get huge, and like all of his limbs, he just starts swelling, and like it becomes really apparent that he is a sea mammal, and like sharks love sea mammals.
Gotcha.
And like although he's growing denser and like heavier and bigger, the sharks, they get, you know, they can smell it.
Okay. So the remaining swim team that weren't attacked by this start like attacking him, and I think that there's like more collateral damage that kind of goes on as you guys are rolling around, and there becomes this massive brawl that's now rolling down this main major thoroughfare of the city. Meanwhile, North Shadowboxer, you've realized that something is amiss back in the like not on the ship, but instead on the inside the hull of the super squad, and you surveil the ship, and you realize, you know who you don't see? Dr. Snake's in his holes.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go on that radio things. It's all distraction. It's just a snake in the grass. We gotta get in that hall. And I think it might yeah, I did. So even on a miss, I did get a hold to spend. One of them is cross a distance between them and you. So maybe in that surveillance, I did notice like, oh, okay, follow me. I found the secret entrance into the hall. So we can like get in there if that makes sense.
Cool. And I think it's easier. You can just narrate to me how you get in there, because I think there are some like mild defenses to prevent people from coming in, but maybe for whatever reason you're able to get in there. So if you want to just tell me how you do that.
Oh, okay. So pretty much her only power is she has like camouflage skills, like a chameleon kind of thing. So maybe she pushes it harder than she's ever done, and she makes herself look all green like the awful defender would. It's like, oh, recognize awful defender, and then she just turns it off real fast. She's like, all right, coast is clear. We got to get in here.
All right. So is it just you, or is it because I think Manateen is definitely busy, and does it make sense to be Nora and other people, or just Nora?
I think she fully expects everyone to follow her,
Okay.
but those if they can.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, so you rush in, and there's like a door. Oh, there's a statue, and it's like a. Oh, it's like the Statue of Justice, and oh no, it's like the city's first hero. The what was her name? The flying. Yeah.
Flying buttress.
The flying. I kind of like the flying buttress. Buttress, who was a super tough nun. And yeah, and so there's like a statue of her, and inside you see a man with like a bunch of crazy. He's like typing away at a computer, and this computer has like hooked like snake-like, if you will, all these different like tubes into that statue, and he's just saying to himself like, this is almost too good to be true. I can't believe this is happening. This is wild. I would never have expected, but I can't look a gift horse in the mouth now, can I?
And I think she just stands akimbo, like superhero, like this is her big moment. She's like, all right, that's enough, Doctor. What are we called? The teen punks are here.
Action
was
punks.
it teen punks?
Action punks.
Or are you guys or do you say action cubs?
We may have once been just cubs of a pod together, but now we are the punks. We have risen against the mayor. We have joined a grizzled hero on his local destruction. We are no longer just children of a pod.
You are punks.
I'm picturing this.
We
as a
are now
voiceover.
juvenile delinquents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so Dr. Snakes in his hole turns around when you've said that, and he goes, listen here, Pipsqueak, you don't want to mess with me. It'll be the last thing that you'll ever have wanted to do. And the moment I get this egg, everybody you know, everything you know, is going to be completely different. So why don't you stay on my good side and run along, kid? After all, what are you? Just some kind of intern? And I think I think he's trying to lower your superior and raise your mundane again.
Oh. Well, that'll give me a condition, so she's definitely not okay with that.
Okay. Resist, fool.
She's like, all right, that kind of talk, that's how you get tread upon.
Oh, wait, because it's snakes in my... okay.
Well, I got some bad news. For me, it's a 4.
You got a 4. On a miss, their words hit you hard. Mark a condition, and the GM will adjust your labels. So, yeah, crap. So I can't adjust your labels to change it to whatever. Or can I keep pushing that, but an extra bad thing happens?
You can, but I would just get a condition for that as well.
Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna throw those two things at you. So he's still trying to like just change your labels, and I think he takes off his glasses, and literally out of his eye sockets come 2 like large snakes, and you're like, holy crap! I may have gotten myself into something that I wasn't quite prepared for here. Cannon Cop this entire time has been fighting with Davy Jones, and Davy Jones, so to give you some more information, is essentially like this almost immortal pirate, and all of the famous pirates in history have just been him. So he was Blackbeard, he was these other people. He's very much like Vandal Savage, but a pirate. Nice. And so he's fighting Cannon Cop. Who interferes in their fight decisively, and what do you do?
I'll do it. I'll interfere. So does Davy Jones have like a normal human form?
Yeah, I think he just looks essentially like a drawing of Blackbeard.
Great. So like while they're in the thick of it and they're both distracted and fighting like toe to toe, I will use my power to make Davy Jones's arms like ooze down, like melt down, and as they melt down to his legs, I'll recoagulate the flesh, binding his limbs together, giving Cannon Cop a clear shot to kill him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you do that, and he was like, I think Cannon Cop just says like, "Good thing, like that's nuts, kid. But I'm glad you're on my side." And he just points this cannon right at Davy Jones, and I think he says like, "Avast, my last journey." And does Cannon Cop just kill this dude?
Absolutely. While Nova watches, or Helix watches.
All right, yeah, you just hear this explosion, and like birds fly all over, and I think that we see a shot of people from one of the buildings, like, oh my god. Yeah. So, meanwhile, the swim team, we learned something. First of all, could somebody tell me if the swim team were killed when Helix shot at them earlier?
Maybe they're hanging on by a thread.
Oh, they're like a bunch of them are like terribly, terribly wounded. Who learns something who learns something shocking from the swim team, and what is that thing?
I think this makes more sense for a sea person.
Sounds good to me.
Manateen, you're on mute.
Yeah, I've got an idea.
Austin, I'd like to hear your idea.
I think that they can tell you that Davy Jones was also King Crab. And they had been hired to work for him as King Crab, knowing what he had done.
What a resolution. Knowing what he had done, even knowing what he had done, they had chosen to work for King Crab. After hearing that, Manateen will like say to the shark who told him that, normally I would honor you for your honesty, but I am moved to just give you a swift death. And then he'll just bring his enormous fist down on the shark's face. There's like teeth all over the ground.
God.
And he just smashes the shark in the face.
Oh boy. Oh.
Yeah. And this was the one who was like most likely to survive. All right, cool. All right. Meanwhile,
It's a penalty.
yeah, seriously.
Meanwhile, faster.
Meanwhile, inside the hall of the Super Squad, Shadow Boxer is face to face with Dr. Snakes in his holes, and Dr. Snakes in his holes is like loomingly looking down, and you see this like statue of the flying buttress start to rotate, and like something is opening up beneath it. How do you guys stop? And Captain Football can join Shadow Boxer for this too. How do you guys stop Dr. Snakes in his holes from getting hold of the eggshell of the awful defender?
I'm kind of hoping for two things here. I want Captain Football to have his moment of truth, and also he wants to help out his love, like do something almost in defense of, or in like sacrifice of his love.
Awesome. Yeah, literally just tell me what it is. Your moment of truth essentially would allow you to narrate this scene.
Yeah, no, his moment of truth, I think, is that he elects to take on what might be like a permanent injury that would like damage his football career in favor of protecting Nora. And I think, but before that, I think what he says to her is like, he's like, I know I'm the captain of this football team, but this has always been about you. You call this play. I got your back.
Ooh, and maybe like snakes or something like that fly towards Nora, and Captain Football had just jumped in front of them or something like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And so looks like Shadow Boxer is the one telling us how we stop Dr. Snakes in his hole from getting these eggshells.
But yeah, if it's the kind of the moment of truth, right? Isn't the bull just goes like ballistic kind of?
Oh yeah.
Works. So she's like oh, what would be the football equivalent of like sick him?
Huh?
Like, no. Time for a blitz.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or yeah,
Blitz all
Blitz,
night.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you say that, and then Captain Football like wrestles with these snakes a bunch and goes crazy.
Can I tie all the snakes together into a football and then do something with that football?
Sure.
Spike it.
Yeah. No, I throw it to Nora. I'm like, Nora, quick! Punch the football!
Do what I could not, which is not tie these in a ball.
Oh, maybe she throws it like way up at this the statue of the flying buttress, and that's what turns it so that the egg is now safely hidden back in the statue.
Okay, yeah, it makes everything shrink, like kind of close back down, and he's like stuck on the top of this thing. All like the snakes are tied together, and he's kind of like caught in the arm of the flying buttress that was raised heroically. And he's like, I sprained one of my snakes. The rest of the super squad shows back up, and they hear about what you did, and the awful defender kind of like nods her head, and like you did a good job of defending Halcyon City in our absence. I have an idea that she's only saying this to Captain Football and Shadow Boxer,
I totally
and
agree.
meanwhile. In a dope Hummer, are Manateen, Helix, Gravitron, and Cannon Cop.
Oh yeah.
Does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
Good
Like,
night.
yeah, I like that.
Okay. And so from this point forward, the comic is now constantly these two teams that are seeking justice in these different ways.
Nice. I like it.
Listen up, you pukes. You've been listening to This American Dice. This was the finale episode of Masks, Action, Punks. Additional music for this episode includes a whole lot of stuff by Kaupe. Kaupe is an awesome prog metal band that's gonna kick your dick off. Their songs for this episode include Amor, 11, and BFIAHH, which Patrick, their keyboard player, told me stands for butt fucked in a haunted house. So get ready. The cast for this episode includes Leigh as Captain Football, Carl as Helix, David as Shadowboxer, Alex as Manateen, and Austin as your game master. I guess I can untie this wimpy guy to tell you something.
Oh, thanks. Join us next week for another exciting episode of This American Dice.
When Captain Football and,
makes his triumphant return to football.
Yeah, along with
and
Shadow
then, like,
Boxer.
And then like maybe he doesn't make in the football. You know, like he's running in the touchdown, and then like the ball is like it's like teetering on the line or something. And then Helix is there in the stands, and she sort of like shape shifts something, so it just goes his way, just so, you know.
Yeah, but she's in disguise along with Manateen. They like silently high five each other,
Yeah.
each other, and like Shadow Boxer and like Captain Football have been returned to their high school as heroes. They've been redeemed themselves in the eyes of the students.
Oh, they're prom queen and prom king.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go. Homecoming king, queen. Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I would.
I know about high school.
Yeah, I do not.
All right, dudes. That's pretty good. I'm going to stop this recording unless anybody's got anything else.
But
I feel like we should have a glorious send-off for Manateen back to Atlantis.
yeah, I'd like a half-hour like epilogue about like the ceremony of it.
Mhm.
They're very ritualistic people.
Yeah, and like what happens with the shark people of Atlantis? Now we know all this stuff about, the shark issues and king crab issues.
Yeah, and does Helix ever get with Trevor? The blind orphan kid. That's important. That's a sci-fi
Oh,
I
yeah.
never really picked up.
That's
And does
true.
Biff recover from his injuries? Does he become a
Yeah.
good guy?
What about Doberman? What's going on with him these days?
Yeah, as soon as we left that scene, that little doggy just like crumpled as nothing.
Yeah, Doberman. If we look back, he's just hanged himself. Oh my god.